Greetings, Simon Rainier, Lynx Armatare out of Kamloops, British Columbia. When we start talking about the unarmored longsword guards of Fiore della Barre, there's rather a lot of them, even within that very limiting section. So, I'm going to do the first part of the unarmored longsword guards today, and I'm going to break it down into pieces. We're going to talk about 4 essential guards today. Honestly, at the very base level, these 4 guards are all you absolutely need to go out and be successful in a sword fight. More guards are better, they give you more options, but to start with, this is an excellent first step. So, initially we have Porta di Donna. Depending on how you translate that, that's either guard of the woman or queen of all guards. I personally like queen of all guards because it is an excellent description of it and kind of gives you a sense of just how important it is. There are 2 basic variations. We have our rear-weighted stance, where we have if our opponent is that way, we are pulling our body as far back away from them as possible, and we have our forward-weighted stance. Important note, when I roll to the forward-weighted stance, the sword begins to come forward just slightly. In the rear-weighted stance, I can see the tip of the sword out of the corner of my left eye. The sword is more or less parallel with the ground, and it is pulled quite far back. As it rolls into the forward stance, we start bringing it a little farther forward. This is because by coming forward, we reduce the distance between us and our opponent, and we need the sword in play a little bit faster. Having said that, if we're rear-weighted, it's an excellent position for waiting for someone to come in. Tactically speaking, one of the things I really like doing from here, from the rear-weighted stance, is stepping backwards into the defense and attack as someone comes in. If I am in a more aggressive mood, I'll tend to stick with the forward-weighted stance to bring my sword into play just that much sooner. From Porta di Donna, we can cut out to posta lunga, long position. From the side, here, our sword should not be too high up, but should be, I like to think of it as the guard is roughly in line with our chest. Cutting out to this position is an excellent place to cut. It's good for controlling the other person's sword. It's good for not overcommitting. If we cut all the way through, we can leave ourselves exposed if the person particularly slips back. It's also excellent for following up with a thrust. All of our cuts and all of our thrusts eventually will pass through more or less a posta lunga position, especially assuming the downward cuts. The rising cuts, even still, can pass through if we are bringing our false edge into play. So, Porta di Donna, rear-weighted, forward-weighted, posta lunga. If we cut all the way through from our right shoulder, we end up in dente di cinghiara, tooth of the boar. The sword comes just outside the line of our left knee, ready to rise and strike, not striking the kitty who is sitting here. I'm not sure. Come here, bud. Yeah, you're okay. Excellent starting position. Great for deflecting the oncoming sword of our opponent. Also great for rising to the thrust. I tell this particular story every single time I talk about cinghiara. Donald McBain, a Scottish small sword master, said he used the boar's thrust when he'd a mind to kill. Very deadly, very effective thrust. Cutting through posta lunga, hitting the tomato plant, and down into cinghiara. If we're coming from the other side, note we can still do our Porta di Donna on the other side as well. When we cut, once again, through posta lunga, this time we're going to roll to Porta di Ferro. Tutta Porta di Ferro, specifically the true iron gate position. Again, really great waiting position, really great for deflecting oncoming blows, really great for meeting them. Once again, we can come straight through to Porta Lunga. Something to watch out for, especially when coming from this side, is a much less natural way of cutting. So when we do, we have to make sure we've cut all the way through the target before rolling, because we're presenting kind of the flat of our blade. If we don't, we risk fouling up the cut by rolling it too soon. This is not a good thing for various and obvious reasons. So, those 4 guards again. Posta di donna, rear weighted, forward weighted, on either side. We have Posta lunga, long position, sword extended out for thrusts and covers. We have Dente di Cinghiara, boar's tooth guard. And we have Tutta, Porta di Ferro, the true iron gate. Highly recommended practicing these guard positions. These guard positions should be absolutely instinctual. You should be able to drop down into them instantly from any motion you do. When we practice, check it. Cut, recover, cut all the way through, change guards, rise up. Lots of different things we can do. Play with it, have fun with it. Flow from one guard to the other as you see fit. Start with these 4. Next time, we'll introduce a few more. Thank you.